A Republican candidate running for Missouri governor is promising that he will hold book burnings if he wins. Because that's where the Republican Party is now. The party of no censorship, I'm against government censorship, doing literal Nazi stuff, which is censorship. That's right. So I'm going to show you a video here of two Missouri state senators demonstrating what they would want to do to literature that they don't agree with.
Let's go, Brandon!
To be clear, those were not books, they were empty boxes. However, I'm going to give you the relevant quote here, but first I'm going to tell you who they are. State Senator Bill Eigel, who's a Weldon Spring Republican who's running for governor in 2024 of the state, and State Senator Nick Schroer, a St. Charles Republican, at a fundraising event in Defiance in St. Charles County on Friday. In the video, he says, in a statement to the Kansas City Star, "In the video, I am taking a flamethrower to cardboard boxes, representing what I am going to do to the leftist policies and rhino corruption of the Jeff City swamp." Hey, I do not own a swamp, okay? I'm just letting you know. That ain't my swamp. But let's be clear, he added, you bring those woke pornographic books to Missouri schools to try to brainwash our kids, and I'll burn those too on the front lawn of the governor's mansion. Ooh, we got a tough guy over here. Okay. What's funny is you would think that saying something like that might make you want to step back and ask, wait a minute. Are we the baddies? I just promised to burn books. Do we not know where this goes? What road this leads? Who famously burned the books? And you're saying, I'm burning the books. I'll burn the books. I can't wait. I can't wait. He's jumped all in it. In fact, on Monday, Eigel posted another angle of the video on social media, calling on people to visit his campaign website to, quote, fight back against these woke radicals.
The wokers.
The only radical here is the one who's promising to burn books he claims are woke. Look, we all know Republicans can't figure out what woke actually means. Woke, to them, is anything that mentions gay people or black people. Okay? There's no pornography in these books. Okay? There's no brainwashing. Books cannot turn you gay or trans. Now, I'm not saying that there can't be, age restrictions on certain books to make sure that they're age appropriate in libraries. That's totally fine. That's not censorship. That's just making sure that materials are age appropriate. Nobody has a problem with that. Nobody has a problem with that. That said, no, he's saying, so any book that mentions anything that has to do with an LGBTQ person, that is pornographic. No, it's literally not, though. And here's the thing. Getting back to the idea that books, and this is where they, claim, like, oh, it's the brainwashing. No, see, you read the book and you become gay. No. If books held that kind of power, then you would think the sheer amount of books that featured straight couples would have wiped gay people out long ago. I mean, there's just plethora of, books featuring straight relationships. Gay people still here and always will be here. So here's the thing, though. This guy's running on the extreme right-wing platform. And this platform, you may have noticed, hasn't really worked out in recent elections. It turns out people aren't exactly interested in this focus on fighting the wokeness. And they've seen, and they've really shown that, again, in recent elections. They're not interested in book bannings. They're not interested in book burnings. In fact, not even a good chunk of Republican voters are interested in book burnings and bannings, okay? In fact, a poll 3/4 of Americans polled by the Every Library Institute oppose book banning and are willing to consider book banning when going to the vote to the polls this November. Now, this poll was conducted by the by Embold Research, a nonpartisan research firm. Embold surveyed 1,123 registered voters from August 31st to September 3rd. There's a margin of 3.4%, but that really doesn't matter because the margins are so wide here in the results here. 95% of Democrats, 80% of independents, and 53% of Republicans are against book bans and will consider them when casting their vote. Just 8% of voters believe that there are many books that are inappropriate and should be banned. Not, held age appropriate, but just banned outright. 31% of Republicans think there is absolutely no time when a book should be banned. Oh, good for them. Hey, awesome. That's almost, a third of Republicans that are on the right side here. Only 18% of voters support book banning on the issues of race and critical race theory. More than 90% of voters are against banning the hundreds of classic novels and children's books that these right-wing groups have targeted for banning. Only a third of voters support bans on books that discuss sexuality. 75% of voters will consider book banning when voting in November. And more than 50% of voters are concerned about legislation being created to regulate Americans' access to books. So, America against censorship. And I love it. These results are unsurprising. Which makes me wonder, though, why these Republicans are so, intent on running on this issue. And the only answer that I can come up with is they've got nothing else. It's not like their policies are all that popular, which is why they generally have to default to either lying about their positions, to be, to claim that they're pro-worker, or just focus on woke, which again is just a catch-all to anything that they might not like. Now, criticism that they received is from House Minority Leader Crystal Quade, a Springfield Democrat who's running against Eigel for governor. In a statement, criticized him for saying that he and his extremist allies' idea of campaigning for governor is using a flamethrower to burn whatever he doesn't agree with. Quote, watching lawmakers use flamethrowers to intimidate folks they disagree with is a jarring reminder of how they view their jobs as a joke, while real people suffer from their cruelty, Quaid said. Shore, for his part, said that he and Eigel were burning empty boxes, I mentioned, to help the committee raffle off a flamethrower. Oh, wait. So the whole thing was a raffle to give someone a flamethrower. Now, the kind of people who are going to show up to this rally, by the way, which is held by the Republican Party, you're going to give one of those people a flamethrower. Oh, boy. Lovely. Lovely. What is going on with the Missouri Republican Party? It was one thing okay, you're going to raffle off AR-15s. Super poor taste. But what are you going to do, right? But now, just flamethrower. Flamethrower! Is it so much to ask that you would have people that would, raffle off, books? But no, we're not dealing with it. We're dealing with a side that would rather burn books with a flamethrower that they just raffled off to some insane person. But again, it makes sense when you consider that these people seem to think that books are more dangerous than whether it be AR-15s or flamethrowers, weapons. If you're a zealot that is out to indoctrinate people, then yeah, you would see books offering education and different perspectives and viewpoints as more dangerous. Of course. That's why the Nazis burned them. That's why right-wingers throughout all of recorded history have taken and banned and burned what they considered to be subversive literature. And not just right-wing, there's authoritarians of all stripes that have sought to burn and destroy knowledge because it threatens them. So when you see people threaten to burn books, to burn knowledge, well, it's because it threatens them.